Hi, Wilna here, and it's Thursday morning, and I'm making a scrapbook layout today, and I'm using this little frame by Heidi Swap. I'm just cutting it a little smaller and to use on my page. So this layout was inspired by a layout that I made years ago for Jenny Bolin. And I just love that layout so much. And I saw it when I was organizing all my scrapbook pages. And I thought to myself, I want to scrap lift, that layout. So here's the illustrations I designed. And you can buy them on iHeartStudio. It's called Mini Class 1. And you can find all these illustrations there that you can print with the easy to print PDFs, or if you have a silhouette machine, you can print and cut them like I did here. Okay, so I'm using polka dots. I'm very into polka dots this month, and greens, and I think it's because the summer is fading away here in Canada, and the leaves are all turning. And so when I designed these products, it was like the height of summer, and that's the idea I had. So now I'm going to paint. Okay, so I'm using watercolors, and you can see I'm stroking upward with my brush, and I wanted those brush stroke edges, and that was the whole idea. This is Dr. Martin, I think it's Dr. Martin's watercolors, just adding a tiny bit more yellow and a little bit more green. And then I'm just going to continue with this upward stroke and letting the watercolors flow. So you can see it's nice and dark, and just making stripes, really. It's not rocket science, it's not difficult. I did not prime my page. So watercolors look differently if you prime your page with gesso. So I'm just playing here. I'm just going to create a little bit of a watercolor effect at the top of the photo. So that was what I'm thinking. You can also see I'm just spritzing or making splatters over my finger. So yeah, just delicately. I think that's the word I want to convey. Like, just be delicate about it. And then once that is dry, I'm going to move up my photographs over the bottom edges of the paint. So just a couple more splatters over my hand. And now you just want to let it dry. And, just like gesso, when you work with watercolors on gesso, you have a different effect. And the same when you use your embossing tool to dry your watercolors, you also have a tiny bit of a different effect. Sometimes the embossing tool makes the watercolor drops run, and that can be really pretty. So, okay, now I'm just going to start adhering, and honestly, you know what? This is the simplest page in the history of scrapbooking. um, I'm using these photos of Kirsten, and you can see these two little pictures that I'm including here that I took when she was 6 years old. So 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and now she's, or I don't know how old she was. No, it was 13 years ago, 2006. No, 2003. Sorry. I'm a little blonde this morning. Maybe I haven't had enough coffee. But anyway, so the point is, this was her when she was 4. And she wasn't 6, she was 4 years old or 3 years old. And with sunflowers. And then I said to her, we have to recreate it. So I bought some sunflowers and took some new photos. And look how pretty. I love doing those then and now photos. And my children are old enough now that I really feel the full effect of it. So if your children are small, I would really encourage you to be mindful of the photos you take, because you want to do comparisons later on. And then everything changes when you have a little bit of the big picture in mind, because the way you store your photographs, the way you digitalize your folders, the way you organize your folders, everything has a lot to do with your end vision in the end. Because for me, I want to take 30 seconds and find a photograph when she was 4, because I'm mindful of it. I'm reminded of it, and I'm like, I want to just put my hand on that photograph really quick so I can compare. So that's always a thing. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of yellow ribbon. It's silk ribbons that I bought from Etsy, and I'm just folding it, one of my favorite techniques for ribbon, and it's such a flowy ribbon. So I'm folding it and adhering it so that it just makes those beautiful little waves. And then I'm just going to cut it with a little fishtail. It's a lovely finishing touch. And look how big a difference, the ribbon makes on this page. Again, such a simple page. And I really think I should do a online class at some stage. Just simple pages. 5-minute videos or 10-minute videos, doing pages like this, that is just so simple. It's some of my favorite pages to make, honestly. I'm just going to drop some yellow ink. I just want to enhance the yellow theme here, and I'm covering the photograph and I'm just dropping these watercolors. And the higher up you hold your little paint dropper, the better splatters you get. So that's quite nice. And now I'm just going to paint and make some deliberate markings. Again, one of my favorite little techniques. Yeah. So lots of yellow, lots of flowers on this page. The word love is, I'm not entirely sure where it comes from. It might be a Michael's Recollections package with words. I know Heidi Swap has words like this, and Dear Lizzie, that's the pain. When I take something out of its package, I sometimes don't know where I get it from. So, and then stamp the date, which is very important to me if you followed my ramblings recently. Right now, the page is all dry, and I'm just going to stretch it out on chipboard, and I just love doing this. It just gives it a beautiful finishing touch. And I'm just going to start from one edge and just smooth it down, and press it down so that, and then just if there's little creases, I'm going to use my thumbs like this and just take out all the little bubbles. And here you can see the final page with the journaling on it, and one of my favorite pages. So again, you can find a little collection on iHeartStudio, and there's also 4 exclusive process videos where I show you a specific technique. And this technique for this month is using embossing powder through stencils with gelatos. A lot of fun. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.